I was reading a few Piston threads where people are implying that the Detroit Pistons should shoot their shot at LeBron James. Now, if you don't know what's going on in La La Land is Lakerland. Right now, rumors are they're considering trading LeBron James. They even lowballed the coach that he wanted in Tyronn Lue, offering him 3 years at $18 million. He wanted a 5-year contract and get paid like a championship caliber coach. And they offered him less than what Luke Walton was getting. I think Luke Walton was getting $7 million, 5 years, $7 million. We back. Mercy Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for showing love and supporting the building. Appreciate the love, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Piston fans are all over the place. They said, Seth Mitchell and Patrick Beverly, and we can get Kemba Walker. Look here, man. We don't have the money for none of that. But you could pull off a trade for LeBron, which it ain't going to happen, though. But Piston fans want the Pistons shoot they shot LeBron. Apparently, I'm listening to, Undisputed. I was listening to it on Sirius XM Satellite Radio, which is excellent. It's one of the best things that I got this year, especially for radio. And they were saying that LeBron market value is dropped. He demanded trade. He should demand a trade. And his talks that Jeannie Buss, the LA Lakers owner, might want to trade LeBron. She might have wanted to trade him at the trade deadline for putting out that rumor that they was gonna trade anybody for Anthony Davis, and they was getting mad. So with Magic gone, maybe she could pull the trigger, and LeBron would love to come back east. It depends what the Lakers can get, but could they get Reggie and Blake Griffin? Well, that'd be a lot of cap they taking on, man. But depends on what they would be looking for. But I don't think there's no way that LeBron comes to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you might as well take 3-hour drive down to Cleveland and go back and play for Dan Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? But Pistons fans got the wildest fantasies, man. But even if LeBron came here and came back to the East, how deadly would he be? Let's just say you were able to keep, I don't know who you could keep. Maybe let's say you're able to keep Andre Drummond, right? LeBron and Drummond, I mean, when like Andre Drummond plugged the lane up, it'll be a nice alley-oop combination, right? And they will have to do things to put people around LeBron. If anything, LeBron is probably going to Brooklyn, New York, back to Cleveland, somewhere like that. You know what I'm saying? Would Lakers love to have Blake Griffin back in L.A.? I don't know what would they be looking for. Obviously, they got Kuz, they got Lonzo, they got Ingram. I mean, would they be looking just to move on and get a shitload of picks and a couple players to go around them and just grow? That's the question, because it seems to be a power struggle with the LA Lakers with Kurt Rambis and Rob Pelinka and now Jeannie, and then you throw LeBron in there, and Jeannie is just in the middle trying to make everybody happy. But I think that's far from reality. You gonna need the reality's Infinity Stone to make that happen. But the question did come up, and obviously, what would the Pistons be willing to give? 5 years of draft picks and some stupid stuff like the Brooklyn Nets did? And like I said before, do they have anybody that the Lakers would want? The Lakers would need a 5, so Andre Drummond could be in play. Blake Griffin sells tickets in L.A. Now you got the mayor of L.A. saying that the Clippers are, he's saying the Clippers are L.A. L.A. is a Clipper town now because I guess because they winning. So, a few Clipper fans feeling themselves. But the Lakers been down for quite some time, man. So at the end of the day, if they do want to trade LeBron, and you the Detroit Pistons and you want to shoot your shot, why not? You never know. I don't think anybody is going to give market value for LeBron. And just as I told somebody on Twitter, they got mad because you didn't trade no Blake Griffin unless it's for another All-Star. Don't work that way. You didn't trade an All-Star for Blake Griffin. You rarely get market value for stars like that. Did they get market value for Carmelo Anthony when they traded him? No. Did they get market value, for Blake Griffin when he got traded here? No. They get market value for Shaquille O'Neal going from the Lakers to the Miami Heat? No. It's hard to get market value for all-stars and let alone superstars and once-in-a-generational talents like LeBron James. And if you're able to throw something together that's formidable or get a 3-team team to facilitate it, hey, it could work. But then again, LeBron probably said, I ain't coming to Detroit. I'll retire if I go there. I'll do the shop full time. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be nice to think of, LeBron playing in that red, white, and blue. It'll be nice, but it's just far-fetched. It's like to the point where Piston fans are just thirsty for anything. And I really think a lot of people need to wake up. Like, we really don't have the money to be in a position to get any free agent that's gonna help us. Real talk, we don't have nothing. I mean, even if they was able to get Kemba Walker on this team, would that make them better than Milwaukee? No. Would it be make them better with Indiana? It'll compete. But we just don't have that type of cap space, and Kemba's a free agent. You would have to hope that Charlotte would be willing to do a signing deal for him. It's probably more possible that you gonna get LeBron James, via trade than get Kemba Walker to do a signing deal with Charlotte to help facilitate Kemba Walker to the place of his destination. At the end of the day, I think Kemba gonna walk, and I think he gonna end up in LA with LeBron, but he can end up in the Clippers with Kawhi if Kevin Durant chooses not to go down there. So it's going to be an interesting offseason this year. A lot of these teams playing for keeps, but I just don't see us being in the Kemba sweepstakes or the LeBron sweepstakes. I think it's going to be more of the Mike Conley sweepstakes for the Detroit Pistons, man. But, hey, it is what it is. Take what you can get, but Conley makes a lot of money. At the end of the day, Kemba Walker might be cheaper than what Mike Conley get. I think Mike Conley is due $35 million next year, so at that price, shit, you might as well go on and rent a LeBron and see what LeBron got left in the tank, though, man. But it just ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna never get that caliber player in Detroit. But then again, what would happen? LeBron come to Detroit and tears ground or tears knee up, or tears knee up, and then the old saying goes, Detroit always get washed up past his prime superstars, man. And that's true. That's what it always seemed like. We always get to waste the past their prime superstars, and the stars that we do draft and get early in their career, we waste their careers and they quit on the city, or they quit on the team and they retire way before they out of their prime. So that's just what it is, man. In Detroit, in the Pistons in the whole, and the Lions in the whole, they got to change that, man. They got to do something to change their image, and a lot of that got to do with ownership. Ownership just milking the city. The city deserves a lot better than the Forest. The city deserves better than those illages as well too. And it's a documentary out there how they robbed the city of Detroit out of money on HBO. I got to watch it, but even though I ain't watching HBO, somebody referred me to that. Well, my mother referred me to that documentary, so I got to check it out. But at the same time, we deserve better than this, man. Our efforts are coming down. When the Pistons got hot, they didn't raise the prices. People start coming down, seeing the arena. And the same thing for the Lions. People fill up every Sunday. It's like going to church. It's like a religion. Going down the Ford Field, or whether it was the Silver Dome, we came and spent our money. We came and bought apparel, merchandise, bags, popcorns, food. And it just seems like the Ford, for the last 100,000 years, they've been having their old wrinkled middle fingers up. They should be forced to sell that team. The Ford should be forced to sell their team, and James Dolan of the New York Knicks should be, them the two. Man, they should be forced. If you ain't put a winner on the field in the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you should be forced to sell your team. And it ain't fair. It ain't fair that the Lions fans suffer like this, man. It ain't fair that the Pistons fans got to suffer because Tom Gores don't know what the hell he doing. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to come with all these crazy hypotheticals, and the fans are delusional like they off them magic mushrooms they just made legal in in Colorado. Like, real talk, the average Piston slap you on social media, especially on right here on YouTube, man. Like, they on no magic shrooms, man. Ain't nothing happening with this roster unless they take it and blow it up and rebuild it from the ground up. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? LeBron ain't walking through that door. Kemba ain't walking through that door. You know what I'm saying? This is period, man. Them dudes ain't coming to help you. And Kemba Walker ain't going to come help. Nobody going to come here because you don't have the money. You talking trade, you're going to get below market value for Dre, below market value for Blake. You might get above market value for Reggie, way above, because he got expiring contract. That's the guy you're going to get above market value for, because somebody going to want that $19 million of free cap space after the 2019-20 season. So at the end of the day, we can dream, we can hope, we can pray, but guess what? LeBron ain't on the way. He ain't on the way. Kemba ain't on the way. Y'all can hope for Kyle Lowry to be on the way. The old past his prime point guard that still can play. But shit, you owe him $35 million. So you're going to take Reggie $19 million and turn it to $35 million and lose a draft pick for Mike Conley. Stop digging yourself in the hole and just build it from the ground up. Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate the love and support. We on all social media. Links in the description. One time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is. We gone.